Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am the one and only Kentucky Yankee, and this is part 3 of the Boosted Rangers series. For those of you that don't know, this is the first time I've ever done what I would consider a heavily modified vehicle build. The first couple minutes of this video is going to show the bad decisions I've made, the failures. I don't want to only document success. I also want to document the trial and error that goes with the success that I will hopefully achieve at the end of this build. You may or may not be able to tell on camera, but this engine is sticking up a little bit too high in the front. And what it's doing is it's hitting down there on the bottom on the cross member. The oil pan is. Let me get down there and show it to you. So there it is. It's a little tough to film under here, but you can see right there, see I've kind of scratched out a mark. I'm not going to cut that much out, but that's where the oil pan's hitting. This engine sits at an angle, and I got to cut a little bit of that out, a notch, and weld a plate in there. The issue with that is this I-beam suspension is right underneath this spot. So when it gives, if I cut too much out, it'll hit that cross member. So there it is, all notched out. So I don't normally do Doc sprocket diagrams, but what the heck, let's do it. So this is the I-beam suspension on a Ranger like this. Goes up like this, and they cross, and then there's bracing and stuff. My issue is that the cross member goes right about here, and it's got a hump in the cross member, and I notched it out just then. So now what I did was I limited how far this wheel can travel up. So I did the measurements, and I've got about 1.5 inches of room left, and right here's the nut. And I went about 7.5 inches in, and that's my measurement there. So as you can see, it's about 34 inches out to the center of the wheel out here. See how much movement, how much travel you can get in just 1.5 inches back here at the other end of the wheel. Look how much travel you get. And if you're wanting to know what that number is, it's about 6 inches right there. So our wheel can go up 6 inches, and that is right there. 6 inches is about here. It can go all the way up to here. And I know that the engine is going to weigh, a certain amount of weight, so you're going to come down 1 inch or 2 just with the engine. So you're still going to have that much travel. And before we try dropping this engine back in to see how it fits, I'm going to go ahead and remove this evaporator box. And I'll start with this little fancy plug right here. And yet another interesting find. I believe there's been a critter in there stopping up the works here. Kind of got it crudely mounted in here where it's going to go. We gained a lot of room, guys. I want 1 inch for the engine to rock back and forth, and we've got that and more, but that's because I haven't got it in exactly where it belongs. It was at this point, seeing how the engine fit in there, looking at the hacked up cross member and everything, that I decided to do something different. I love the bodies on a Ford Ranger like that. Those square body Ford Rangers are awesome, but I'm finding out why more people don't, hot rod these things, fix them up, whatever you want to call it. And that I-beam suspension is it's just a big buzzkill to me. But I think I've come up with a solid solution for that issue on this Ranger. So here we are, and the plot thickens. This is a 97 S10 Blazer. It has A-arm suspension under it. A rusty frame, but hopefully just surface rust. 4-wheel disc brakes. A lot of things we can use if this frame fits underneath that Ford Ranger body. at its new location, guys, my junky garage. Let's check it out. There she is. And she is rough. Just for fun, I'm going to show you guys the wheelbase and compare it to the Ranger. I already know what it is, but let's do it together. Alright, and this is approximate measurement, but it's about 107 to 108 inches. Okay, so this one is approximately 108 to 109 inches. We're only about an inch off on the difference between the wheelbase, which is part of the reason I picked that Blazer. And I say I picked the Blazer, I didn't really pick it, it kind of picked me. In discussing with my friends about what to do about this issue with the engine, because I didn't like the way it fit, he said, come get this old Blazer. I knew he had it. He said, come get this old Blazer, use a frame out from under that. And turns out he was right, because that Blazer has torsion bars on it. So the whole center of the engine bay is just wide open all the way down to the ground. So it gives me as much room as I want to play with. I can raise or lower that engine however I want. The torsion bars are adjustable. They'll lower and raise, to a certain amount. Also, it's four-wheel disc brakes. The rear differential on it is a Chevrolet, and it's just more common to get parts for that, and possibly a locker. I'm gonna call my buddy right now and see if it's got a locker in it or not, which would be cool, a posi traction. Another thing I'd like to mention is the fuel pump. It's got the fuel tank on it with the electric fuel pump, which I'm gonna need for the turbo. And this old truck, just had a manual fuel pump, which would never give enough pressure for a turbo. So that also is something I'm going to use with this. I can get the master cylinder, brake booster, steering column, whatever it is I need off of this junk, I'll get to mix with this one, and hopefully we'll have a good ride when it's over with. So to check the rear end, the codes are right here, and it is a GU6. That's a 342 gear ratio. And if it had a G80, it would be a locker, and it does not. Alright guys, so I'm really excited to get this thing, get the body off of it, get the frame in here, start comparing them, see what we have to do. So I'm gonna get inside, edit this video, and get it uploaded to keep you guys up to speed with what's going on here. And we'll see you next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share it with your friends. This video, it helps, it helps more people to see it. We'll see you next time, guys. And take a good look at her, boys, because she will not be around here long. I am not, 100% not a hoarder. We'll get the frame off of this pile of junk, a few other parts, and she will be headed to the scrapyard.